Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Matty here from Chill TCG. Welcome to the first of our three-part video series that's coming out today on Saturday. We're going to be taking a look at three different archetype deck versions of Shadow Rider Calyrex, probably the most anticipated deck and most anticipated card to come out of the new Pokemon TCG Expansion, Chilling Reign. Briefly, we're just going to go over the deck. I'm not going to go super in-depth. We're going to play the deck so you guys can see what it's all about. But Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. This thing is insane. 320 HP Psychic type, weak to dark, retreat cost of 2. It's got the attack Max Geist for 3 colorless, does 10 damage plus 30 more for each psychic energy attached to all of your Pokemon. Really, really good attack, especially considering the absurd ability that it has, Underworld Door, which does, it reads, once during your turn you may attach a psychic energy card from your hand to one of your benched psychic Pokemon, and if you do, you get to draw 2 cards. Absolutely insane in this stack, so you can use this as many times as you want during a turn. Well, you know, depending if you have multiple Calyrex VMAXs. It's 1 per Calyrex card on your board per turn. But if you have 3 or 4 on your board, that's 4 energies and 8 cards that you're going to draw. So Calyrex is absolutely phenomenal. It's a great attacker, but more than that, it's a great energy acceleration engine. And that's kind of what we use it for mainly in this variant of the deck. And that is going to be, of course, paired up with Gengar Mimikyu-GX and Trevenant and Dusknoir GX. Trevenant is probably the main culprit, I would say. That's going to be our primary attacker in the deck. We have things like Chaotic Swell, Reset Stamp, Marnie, paired with the Night Watch attack from Trevenant and Dusknoir, which does 150 damage, and you get to take 2 cards, random cards from your opponent's hand and shuffle them back into your deck. Really disruptive, really easy to set up as well with the Shadow Riders. But not only Shadow Rider, but we also have the new Cresselia, which is coming out, or already came out in Chilling Reign, which is pretty much Volcanion. If you guys know what Volcanion is, that card that everyone was playing in Welder decks, Blacephalon, Tempozard, Reshiram, and Charizard. It's pretty much the same card. So you have that attack there, Crescent Glow. Search your deck for a Psychic Energy card and attach it to one of your Pokemon. However, if you're going second and it's your first turn, search your deck for 3 Psychic Energies and attach it to your Pokemon. So really, really, really good. It's going to be kind of the main reason why, or this deck likes to go first, kind of set up with Gengar Mimikyu, or go second, set up with Cresselia on a Trevenant and just attack right off on your second turn. So going first or second is really good both ways with this deck, and that's definitely an advantage, I think, of playing this deck. So Cresselia is really, really, really good. It also has a retreat cost of 1, and we can attack for 120 with Photon Laser as well for 2 psychic energy. So super, super cool. Gengar Mimikyu, we have it in here for Horror House, and then Poltergeist, just another great attacking option. Horror House is just really, really good. It's really good in a lot of different matchups. It's good against ADP. I'm not going to go super into the details, but it is a really, really great attacking option in the deck. Also Psychic type. One thing to note, all of these guys are weak to Dark. So I know that some of the Sun and Moon era Psychic cards were weak to Psychic, but all of these guys are weak to Dark, so that's just something to keep in mind. We also have 2 Dedennes and 1 Crobat in the deck to just draw some cards more consistently. We have Escape Rope, 3 Switch cards. We have 3 Pokemon Communications, 4 Quick Ball, but on top of that Pokemon Search, we also have the new Fog Crystal, which is super, super good. It's kind of like Mysterious Treasure in a way. You get to search your deck for a Psychic Energy card or a basic Psychic Pokemon. So we can either just grab energies, which we need to use that Underworld Door ability from Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, or we can just grab a basic Psychic Pokemon, which does include those tag team Pokemon that we're running in the deck. So Fog Crystal, super, super, super good. And we have 2 reset stamps in here, again, going with that sort of disruption kind of theme that the deck has with Night Watch, Marnie, Stamp, and Swell. And that's another reason why we have Swell. You'll see a lot of people run the new Path to the Peak Stadium card. For me, I think it can go really well in Shadow Rider. It is a really, really good Stadium card, but for me, I feel like Chaotic Swell just kind of fits into the deck a little bit better, but you know, feel free to run Path to the Peak. We have 3 Boss, 4 Marnie, 4 Research, just plenty of consistency in this deck. We want it to be as consistent as we possibly can, and we also have 2 Air Balloons to switch out consistently. And on top of that, we're running 12 basic Psychic Energies. We need basic energies to work with Cresselia, and of course, Shadow Rider VMAX's ability. So no special energies in here, no horror energies, just 12 basic Psychic Energies. So that's the deck. It's really, really fun, guys. I really expect this to be really successful. I bet it's probably going to do really well at Chill Series number 36 coming in a few days, this week on Wednesday. I really expect it to be a phenomenal deck, and this seems to be the most popular variant, so this is going to be the first version that we're taking a look at today. But stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for the next few videos which are being uploaded today. We're going to look at Alcremie VMAX with Shadow Rider, as well as perhaps Dragapult VMAX with Shadow Rider, so I'm really interested to see how those decks perform. Yeah, let's get into it, guys. We're going to play a couple games, a couple with my friends. We're going to see how the matchups work, and we're going to really try to showcase what this deck can really do. So let's get into it, guys. Super excited. Can't wait. All right, guys. Let's get into it. Shadow Rider, Trevenant Dusknoir. Crazy deck. Absolutely crazy deck. We're playing my friend Cakeum. He's an absolutely fantastic player. I believe he's playing Pikachu and Zekrom GX, another fantastic deck. So I think the matchup should be absolutely very interesting for sure. Do we want to go first? I think that our deck would rather go first. We do run Cresselia. Pikarom, well, the thing is Pikarom wants to go second. And I think that typically we would want to go first, but we're going to choose to go second just because Pikarom loves to go second, and we're going to make sure that he cannot do that. Very interesting hand. We do have Quick Ball, Marnie, so there's a lot of stuff that we can actually do with this hand. Yeah, so I'm excited. Since we're going second, we would like to get that Cresselia start. Try to accelerate those 3 energies as quickly as we can. And I think our best option is going to be to try to set up the Trevenant Dusknoir, and kind of get the Night Watch lock going. Marnie him, Night Watch, do all that good stuff. That's definitely the game plan for this deck, and it's a very powerful strategy. It really is. I think if we go first, our best bet is to probably set up Gengar Mimikyu and just potentially try to get a cheeky KO. Because if we can attach turn 1, second turn when we attack, we can Horror House, and then he can't do stuff, and then you know how it goes. So that's typically what we would want to do if we were going first. But we're going second this turn, and we have another Quick Ball. I think benching another Calyrex V is going to be fine. And then I think what I want to do, we're going to Marnie away this hand. I kind of want to keep Quick Ball over energy. So we're going to just Quick Ball and energy. Let's see how many we have in our deck, though, in terms of energies. So we have 9 left in our deck. So we did prize 2 of them, which has been unfortunate. We do have both of our Trevenant and Dusknoirs, though, which is really, really, really good. And now the sequence becomes a little bit awkward. How many VMAX Shadow Riders do we have? We have 3, so we can actually discard that other one. So we're going to pop the other Quick Ball as well. We're going to grab Cresselia. We're going to attach to Cresselia. And now, actually, I'm not going to Quick Ball. I don't think I'm going to Quick Ball for Trevenant because I don't really trust just drawing 5 cards off the Marnie to give us what we want. So what I am going to do is grab Crobat. We're going to draw 5 off the Crobat, and then if we need to Marnie afterwards, we will. We're looking for a switching card and a Trevenant and Dusknoir, and we do actually find that, which is really good. So we're going to go ahead. We can calm away the Shadow Rider V. We probably don't need more than 2 set up. 3 would be good, but I think we're going to prioritize keeping the VMAX in hand. So let's grab the Trevenant Dusknoir, put that down. And now I think what we want to do, realistically, is we can Escape Rope here. And we're going to go into Cresselia. I kind of want to hold Boss as well. I think that holding this hand, I don't think we Marnie here. We could Marnie him. We could turn 1 Marnie. That could be pretty beneficial for us this turn. It's interesting. It's interesting to note. We could Marnie. Maybe that's better. I mean, he's got 7 cards in his hand. We'll drop him down to 4. The thing is, we're not attacking this turn, right? So we might want to Marnie next turn, and then Night Watch. So I'm actually going to hold it. That's kind of up in the air for me. I'm not super experienced with the deck, so I don't know what the best option there would have been. Let me know in the comment section below. But I chose not to because next turn we can go into Trevenant Night Watch. Here's the hammer. So he does hit the hammerheads. Which is good for him. I totally forgot Pikarom runs hammers, but shouldn't be that big of an issue for us, honestly. Should not be that bad. So now we have 2 energies in the discard pile. We kind of have to keep that in mind because we did prize 2 of them. But we'll see how it goes. Pikarom going first, never good, realistically, for Peak. It's never super ideal. They like to attack on their second turn. And if they go first, they don't really have the opportunity to do that. He also didn't start with Bolton either. So kind of a tough game for Cakeum right now. At least it seems like a tough start so far for him. We'll see what he pulls out. So we see the Mewtwo. And the Mewtwo is interesting. It is weak to Psychic. So Mewtwo is definitely an interesting option here. He's going to switch into the Mewtwo, and now he's going to Dedenne his hand. That's 2 Psychic Energies, which is good. He's going to be able to Tapu Koko there. Prism Star. And Dance of the Ancients, accelerate some energies at least. And he's going to draw a fresh 6. So let's see what he got off the Dedenne. Could kind of be a saving grace. He does manually attach one, so he is going to be able to full blitz this turn, which is actually really, really, really good for him. And he's going to Marnie us, so really quick turnaround. He hits us with the hammer, gets a nice little hand off the Dedenne. But we pull a great hand off that Marnie, so we're not that upset. If he hits a second hammer, that could be a little bit annoying, most definitely. But I'm pretty confident, 100% confident. does bench the Choo-Choo as well. So he's going to be able to get 3 energies onto the Pikarom. And he's going to be able to full blitz this turn as well. And he's probably going to full blitz to the Raichu and a Alolan Raichu GX as well. So a very good turn for him, realistically. Even though he went second, Pikarom went first, Pikarom's a phenomenal deck, and he was still able to get things going. So big shout out to Kagum there. Huge shout out to Kagum. Now I'm just going to read this. So this is bench. So this has to be to our benched Psychic Pokemon, which is a little bit awkward, I think. Definitely a bit awkward, yeah. So I'm just going to bring up Trevenant. I think it's the safest play. Okay, so we top deck the energy anyway. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to evolve this Shadow Rider here. And then we can just attach. Then we're going to go ahead, Fog Crystal. What I want to grab off this Fog Crystal, it's interesting. I kind of want to grab the energies just so we can draw a couple more cards off the Shadow Rider. And just start accelerating some energies. So we're going to do that. We're going to just attach to ourselves. And this hand is definitely an interesting one, for sure. But we have Boss, and he is weak to Psychic. So we could bring up this Mewtwo, KO it, and on top of that, take some prize cards, which sounds really, really good to me, personally. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see how I feel about that. We could Quick Ball away this other Trev, or we could bench it. At this point, I don't know if it'd be really advantageous for us to do that. So I'm just kind of thinking we're also down 3 energies. Could grab Gengar Mimikyu. I don't know if that Gengar Mimikyu would be super good in this matchup. Could be pretty good. Yeah, I think we're going to grab Gengar Mimikyu and bench it just to kind of give us that option at some point to GX if we need to. So we're going to do that. Let's boss up the Mewtwo because we're going to KO that and hit him with the Night Watch. And then we're going to Dedenne here for a fresh 6 cards. Unfortunately, we do not find another VMAX. That would have been nice. But you know, we can't have everything that we want, so we're just going to go ahead and Night Watch. And we're going to go ahead and take the KO on the Mewtwo, which is phenomenal. I'm not sure why Cakewin benched the Mewtwo. I think he kind of figured that he might have had to, or maybe perhaps that he didn't want to discard it with Dedenne, hoping, thinking that he might have not had a target to full blitz last turn. So that might have been something. We take some energies off our prize cards, though, which is definitely really good. And he's going to hit us with his own Marnie, even after that Night Watch. Maybe he top decked it. Maybe Keiko hit us with the top deck. Okay, so we actually have another boss. Here comes a Crushing Hammer, although we do have Fog Crystal in our hand. That's Tails. Very good. He's got the second hammer. You do 2 hammers off the Marnie. Come on, Keiko. That's a miss. Let's go, everybody. That's what we like to see. He's going to speed onto the Dedenne, and then he's going to go into the Raichu. This is going to be good for him. 100%. This is good because he's going to paralyze us, which is always something that is really, really good when you are playing, or when you're using Peak to get that paralysis. Always definitely very, very good. So I think what we have to do here is Fog Crystal. We need a way to draw some cards. We're going to grab an energy with the Calyrex. We're going to Underworld Door. We're going to attach to ourselves yet again, and then hopefully we draw into something here. Okay, so we can just keep the party rolling and draw some more cards even. Again, Air Balloon's not going to work. We're paralyzed, so we can't retreat. But what we can do, of course, is just keep these Underworld Doors rolling until, of course, we draw into a switching option. Wouldn't you know it, we just have it right here. Okay. I'm planning out my strategy here. I think what we want to do is we're going to switch into Calyrex. But we're actually going to retreat back into Trevenant because we kind of don't mind if he KOs it because we have Boss in hand. We'd rather just kind of drop his hand down and limit his options. I think that's going to be our best option. So we're just going to go ahead, hit the Raichu for a solid 150, but we're going to get rid of Research and Big Charm. So that could have been the play right there. If he doesn't have any other progressive cards in his hand, that might have been the most important play here. So we'll see. We'll see exactly what he does this turn. He's got a Bolton in his hand, so that doesn't draw more cards. Basic Lightning Energy doesn't draw more cards, but there we go. He's kind of forced to just KO and Lightning Ride, which is, of course, pretty safe. He's going to retreat to the bench. But we do, of course, have Boss's Orders in our hand. Pretty fortunate for us, 100%. But you know what? You can only be so good at this game. I'm just kidding. We got a little bit lucky. I'm just going to BM Cakewim now because, I like Cakewim. And he's probably going to be like, Maddie, why'd you BM me after this? But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. We're going to max Geist. Does enough, I guess. Yeah, it does 130. So we actually had to do that to do enough damage. which is probably why I did it. I know what I'm doing. I'm smart. Definitely pretty smart. Anyway, that was our matchup with Pikarom. So pretty good matchup. Honestly, the deck is crazy. Maybe we'll get into one more and kind of showcase what we can do in another matchup with Shadow Rider Trevnoir. Absolutely phenomenal deck, guys. Let's potentially get into another game. All right, guys, let's get into another game. We're going to hop into another one with Pikarom. This time, he's going to be playing Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. You might be thinking, isn't Urshifu weak to Calyrex? Yes, that is correct. But for some of you guys, you might... honestly, Urshifu is still going to be a really popular deck in our format, in my opinion. So it might be still valuable, for you guys to kind of see the matchups. The big best deck from Battle Styles against the big best deck from, of course, Chilling Reign. So I don't know if we're going first or second. I assume he's probably going to let us go second either way. We're going to start with the Cresselia. It's just probably going to be our best bet either way. But yeah, I mean, we definitely have the type advantage here, of course. That's just, how the deck goes. But he is running Dedenne-GX. And that is obviously going to be really, really important for him in this matchup. I think Pikarom is running a new and improved, or I guess just a new version of Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. He's running the new Passimian, which increases the bench damage of his Rapid Strike Pokemon. And he's running Telescopic Sight. So his deck has the capability to, I believe, hit the bench. Yeah, there's the Passimian. Because with GMAX Rapid Flow, he can do 120 to 2 bench Pokemon. But with those extra damage modifiers from Telescopic Sight, and of course, Passimian, he can hit the 2 bench Pokemon for like something crazy, like 180 to 2 bench Pokemon, something absolutely wild. And of course, he is running the Octillery engine here, so it's going to be a really interesting matchup. It really is. We're going to go second. We're going to get that hot Cresselia start. We only have 2 in the deck, but we seem to start with one all the time. We either start with a Cresselia or a Fog Crystal, extremely likely in the deck that we're playing. So we're going to get, we're going to attach to it, and we are going to bench that Trevnoir. I think that's going to be very, very important for us. So what do we, the question is, what do we want to quick ball away? Because I want to get a Calyrex V down on the board. Maybe we don't quick ball this turn. But I think we do. I think we want to get 2 on the board. First of all, I'm going to Fog Crystal. And we see that we do have our Vs and our VMAXs. We did prize 1 V, I believe, which is totally fine with me. We're not going to go Gengar Mimikyu. It just has a little bit too low HP for us to kind of rock with it in this matchup. In my opinion, that's just how I feel. And I could get rid of a Stamp instead of the Energy, and I think that's probably your best play, actually. We want to be really aggressive at the start. So we're going to go ahead and do that hot start like we normally do. We're not going to research this. We want to keep those 2 other cards in our hand, but we are going to Crescent Glow, and we're going to put all 3 of these bad boys on our Trevnoir. So again, another really hot start. For me, when I play this deck, this is kind of what I want to do. I always want to go second, Cresselia, and of course... attached to the Trevnoir. However, going first is good, especially against Urshifu. This is a deck that thrives on going first. So if he gets a nice attack off this turn, which it looks like he's going to be able to do here, he does have Switch, he does have the Octillery. If he's able to find the VMAX and a Rapid Strike Energy, then, he's in the clear here, and he's going to actually do a lot of damage to us. It could be very detrimental. He also benches gets that Dedenne-GX down on his bench as well. And that is something that we're definitely going to try and deal with here. And wouldn't you know it, he's got the VMAX down, and he's got the Rapid Strike Energy, so could be really cool. If he Rapid Flows here, he could get some early damage off on the Trevnoir. Could be really, really good for him. Could be really, really good for him. We also don't apply weakness or resistance to the bench Pokemon, so he's going to hit us for 120 no matter what. And if he gets Telescopic Sight, he's actually got Octillery here, so he hasn't even done that yet, so he's going to be able to grab Passimian, which is going to further increase the damage done to our benched Pokemon. So he's going to be able to do 150 to our Trevenant and Dusknoir, which is actually crazy. We might lose this one, guys, honestly. These games aren't set up, really, at all. If Pikarom has the opportunity to win, he's going to do that 100%. And this just kind of goes to show. I mean, that Dedenne-GX can be super, super important. Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, still such a good card, a phenomenal card. And yeah, we see the Rapid Flow come out. So this Cresselia is toast. He actually might target one of the benched Calyrex Vs as well. And that might actually be smart for him. I'm not going to lie. That might actually be a good play for him. My only thing here is he's only taking 1 prize card, and we should still be able to Night Watch him next turn. So he's still not out of the weeds in a sense. Yeah, so he is going to actually keep the Cresselia in the active spot, and he's going to go ahead and do 150 to those guys. We actually have Boss's Orders, which is really cool. Although, I think we're still probably going to research this turn, to be 100% honest. Let's Underworld Door. We're going to attach to our full HP Calyrex VMAX there. We have Dedenne as well, which is super interesting. This kind of honestly makes me want to attach Boss and Dedenne. It's really risky, but if we can KO this Jirachi GX with our Calyrex VMAX, that would be the most ideal thing that we could possibly do. It's a little bit high risk, high reward. We're just going to do it anyway. Probably not the best play. You guys are probably like, why would you do that? We're just going to go ahead and do that. We find Switch, and we find the VMAX. Oh my gosh, guys. What an incredible turn. What just an absolutely insane turn. Calyrex, dude. I'm telling you, this deck is wild. It literally is just the most insane deck that I've ever played with. At least it feels that way. You know what I mean? We have an extra bench space. I might keep it. I thought about playing Gengar Mimikyu here in the matchup because it could be good. But in my opinion, I think just KOing this Jirachi is going to be our best bet. Of course, we have 7 energies on board, so we're doing 220 damage. And that is just really, really powerful for this early in the game. We're going to take 2 prize cards as well. So that's always a really good thing. Of course, we do have a couple damaged Pokemon down on our bench, but I think that we're in a pretty good position, all things considered. The Night Watch would have been good. It would have kind of dropped his hand size, eliminated his options going into this turn. He would have had just 1 card. But, of course, he's got the Octillery, so he's going to be able to careen his focus no matter what. So I think our best bet was always what we did, because now his Psychic weakness is there. You know, and whether he attacks the Calyrex here or KOs the Trevenant, we're going to be able to come back and KO his Urshifu VMAX. So I think his only play here to really stay in the game is to find an Urshifu V and get that on his board. Keikoum's a great player. He knows that, so he's going to go ahead and he's going to bench that thing. So for next turn or the turn after next turn, you know, he's going to potentially have that able to be set up to finish off a KO. He switches into it, so that was very interesting. So he actually elects not to go into the VMAX because, of course, I think he knows, right, that he has, or I guess, you know, he knows that it's possible for me to just one-hit KO that thing for 3 prize cards. So that's what he's trying not to have happen, I think, which is understandable. It really is. I don't really want to attach energies to this Calyrex either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab, I'm going to grab Trevenant, or sorry, not Trevenant, Gengar Mimikyu. We're going to do that. And then we can go ahead and Underworld Door to him. This, again, probably not the best option, but I want to showcase all the cards in the deck, showcase exactly what we can do. We drew a couple cards there, and Boss's Orders was one of them, and that's exactly the card that we wanted to pull. We actually don't even KO this thing with weakness with Trevenant, so we actually can't go that route. We're going to have to KO with Calyrex, so we're not going to be able to get the Night Watch going, but we are going to be able to KO that Urshifu VMAX, which is absolutely phenomenal. The game looked a little bit risky there for a bit. It did. It looked a little bit sketchy. I'm not going to lie. But Shadow Rider Calyrex, the deck is so consistent. It draws so well. And there we go. Another Psychic Energy off the prize cards. What's this last one? Another Boss. And that's going to be it. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what Keikoum can do at this point. We have 1 prize card remaining. We have Boss. He could Marnie us. I guess Marnieing us might be his only option at this point, to be 100% honest with you. Yeah, and there's the Marnie. So he's in it for now, you know. He still has a shot, but actually, yeah, I don't know if he does. We're KOing anything on his board, technically, and I guess he maybe has Escape Rope, but yeah, I think that's going to be checkmate Keikoum. I don't know what else he could do. I'm sure there might be something that I'm not thinking of, but definitely up against the ropes. So we'll see. Here comes the Rapid Strike Search. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? It's definitely very, very interesting. For sure. Okay, so he does switch into the Calyrex. Yeah, he's going to just Gale Thrust, and that's going to be it. Nothing more that Keikoum can really do here in the matchup. So, valiant effort for Keikoum. Great player. Great deck. It really is. But Calyrex, man, that matchup is a bit sketchy. Just from playing it right there, it can go both ways. But Calyrex is so consistent with and of course with the type weakness that we hit against Urshifu. It just feels really, really good. And Shadow Rider Calyrex, absolutely phenomenal. And those 2 games that I played just now, it drew super well. Just an extremely powerful deck. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Matty from Chill TCG. You guys have a great night. Shadow Rider VMAX, Calyrex. It's as good as people say it is. It really is. Today, as I record this, so it's Saturday, actually. It'll be Saturday when you guys watch this. I'm actually going to be posting multiple different versions of Shadow Rider Calyrex. We're going to be taking a look at this one, of course. We're going to be taking a look at Alcremie VMAX paired with Shadow Rider. And we're also going to pair it up with Dragapult VMAX and see how that deck actually might look. So I'm really interested for that. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for future deck videos. I really cannot wait. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to get out of here. You have a good night.